Good morning. Good morning. Jab of Delight will uplift you. Stay tuned. The show is about to begin. Grab your coffee. Stay tuned. This show is about to begin.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and anybody all over the world. We want to thank you for joining us today. My name is Brandon Croucher, CEO of Delight Cafe, and I'm joined by the wonderful, the only, the Queen of South Africa, Miss Ilse. How are you, beautiful?
I'm so good. How are you doing?
I am doing well. I'm here today. I'm excited to be here. I'm glad I have you as my co-pilot. I literally am. Last week was a long week. Looking forward to this week being a better one. Finding the positivity, finding the benefits of today, of the week, and just really being able to bring out the light that's supposed to be in all of us. What'd you get into last night? What'd you do?
I watched our premiere of Stone Daisies for Sunken State, and before it even started at 9 likes, I was so excited.
That is great.
And we got 4 new followers. We've got designs for our t-shirts. I got a place to stay. Oh, I almost used my F word.
You can use your F word.
Such a fucking cute place. I am so happy I'm in my element. There's a donkey. There's chickens.
What? You just randomly throw there's a donkey at your new place?
There's a donkey. And it's in one of those containers, so it's so rustic. And they've got a pool table downstairs. I've got my own kitchen and everything because I'm right at the top. But downstairs, they've got a communal living room and everything. So it's a very relaxing place. And then they'll go like, one is making pasta. And then they someone make for the whole house. They make pasta and everything. So everybody's chilled and live together. And I'm so excited to move.
Yeah.
So,
when is the move?
Wednesday.
Wait, tomorrow Wednesday?
No, next Wednesday.
Okay, I was like, whoa. So I do have a weird. Oh, go ahead.
No, so next Wednesday, I must wake up very early because it's the 1st of September. It's spring. It's probably going to snow. Yes, you heard right. They are predicting snow this weekend in Johannesburg. Google how many times it snowed in Johannesburg. It does not snow here. So it might snow. I might have to move in the snow. I have to pack up all my stuff the Thursday after taking my daughter for her learners. So I am going to be so busy running around, multitasking, just getting this last days. Because I said to work now, I'll be here because everybody's panicking. I'm like, I'm here. And since I've been there, I sold 2 plates. There was no stock in the market on these plates. And suddenly I get an email. That's the blessings that's coming that I had this morning. My figures are horrible.
Send some my way.
My figures this month is horrible. It's horrible. I have never done, well, I've done bad before, but this is just, it's unacceptable. I was so disappointed when I saw my figures. And usually in the first week, I'm like on 1.2 million rand. I was on like 450, 500,000. And I'm disappointed in myself because the more money I make, the more money I get at the end of September. But I'm not going to chase it. And I literally, there's no plates in the market. And I sent out yesterday, and they quoted on these plates yesterday. Today I go and I send out an email to get stock. Suddenly, 2 plates arrive. I sell them within 10 minutes. I said, this is why I love my job. Not this admin shit. I hate admin. I'm so bad with paperwork.
No, I hate paperwork.
I am bad. I can sell. I can build relationships. I cannot put paperwork together. I'm horrible.
Well, let me ask you a question. How did you sleep last night?
I couldn't fall asleep at first. I was lying in bed, and then I thought. At first, I thought maybe it was because I'm hyper from all that laughing because I had so much fun, and then I was upset because of my Wi-Fi, and I can't load the Premiere, and we're having technical difficulties. The Premiere was supposed to premiere at 8, and I look up and suddenly it says 9, and I'm like, but it said 8 just now. Am I going crazy? So I phoned my daughter. She says, no, they had to postpone it because we had technical difficulties. So, and then I got into bed and I'm like, I can't sleep. 5 minutes past 5 this morning, I wake up. And I need to wake up at 6. I thought like I'm going to sleep. I couldn't fall asleep. I was awake, up. Like, okay, let's just get ready for work.
Yeah. 100%. I completely understand that because, truth be told, I had a hard time sleeping. And it apparently was going around with everybody because Brett Gordon, he only got 25 minutes of sleep. Sherry, I didn't see if she got a good night's sleep. Bob Seymour.
Did you see what he said there? He says, Brett, he says, guess our menses are in sync. Our cycles. With the moon, yes.
Yeah,
full moon.
yeah. Full moon, full menses. All of us are syncing together finally. Soon enough, none of us will be able to sleep.
The evil plan is working.
All of us will be South African queens soon enough. No, last night was, I don't know. Last night was just long. And I got to actually have some time. I built a fire for my niece. She goes home today. My whole family sat there. Now, I would like to say how funny this is. I built this with her. I was teaching her all weekend how to make fires. We had a fire every night in the fire pit. And I was teaching her how to make a good fire. But my other sister, her boyfriend and their dogs were going to be leaving in the afternoon. So we're building this to have the fire get lit by them and then they can go. So I have everything done. I light the piece of paper that I'm going to light to just like get underneath and have it catch everything. And my dad's like, no, don't start the fire yet. They're going to spend the night again. Okay, fine. So I blow it out. I just toss it next to the fire. It bounced like right near everything, but it's out. Walk away. About an hour later, I hear, hey, B, did you put that out? And I said, yeah, I blew it out. Why? Go back and look. There is flames. And it caught. And when I say hot, everybody moved back. We're already like back a little bit. We had to move back further because the fire was so hot. But the thing is, I was able to teach my niece some pretty cool things about that. Like, as I was sitting there and everybody's bickering doing the family thing, I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself about how when you build a fire the right way, it starts at the bottom, and without the oxygen in the air to be able to flow through it, it's never going to push out to get the flames to go up to create the heat you need. And I was teaching my niece this and how the little sticks create the fire to help create the warmth for the bigger sticks to create the warmth for everybody else. And she was like, oh, okay. She's 9. So she's giving me this look like, okay. And then she takes her iPad out and goes, okay, I'm going to go learn French, Uncle B, and walks away from me. I'm like sitting here going, I'm teaching you like how to make a good fire, right? So then
like mic drop right there.
Right? Nope, I'm going to go learn French. I don't need to know how to do a fire. Okay. But like we built this, and as I was sitting there, I saw how the flames like pushed together and like fire, TP for my phone. I just sat there and I'm watching this, and I had huge logs that we got from out of the woods that were just trees that fell and stuff like that, and we're putting them on there.
Oof.
Oh, this was 100% wood
Yes.
fire. Like everything around was from the woods and all that. Like just random scraps to build this. And it took this fire and it made this beautiful hours long hot fire. Everybody was sitting there. Everybody was enjoying their time. And what made it even more fun was the fact that they saw how each fire has a different type of feel to it, from big to teepee,
Yes.
even squares. And I think it's interesting, from a single spark an inferno grows. And that's exactly
That's how that other fire started.
correct. Exactly.
What's up with those fires? Have they
In California and that on the West
yes.
Coast?
Yes.
I'd have to look. Good morning, Jess. How you doing? Glad to see you. Happy Tuesday.
Hi.
I love it, Brian. My sister is a huge Beavis and Butthead. My sister is Beavis and I'm Butthead. Long story. Sherry McQueen, I don't think I'm surprised by that, Butthead. Just kidding.
How many kids have been called butthead by their parents? Butthead.
I call my niece that. Like, she literally is a butthead. I'm like, you are my butthead. Like, just continue being you. And she's like, okay, Uncle B. So it's been, I have to be honest, it's been a long weekend with family and everything here, but I'm very grateful. I got to see cousins I haven't seen in 20 years. I got to see an aunt that I only get to see every like few years. And it was nice to be able to connect with family, see each other, reinstill love into each other. Jessica, I hope you're doing good. I know today's Tuesday, so Phil goes back to his job, and I just wish you the best with going back to him and him doing that, and just you with this week with the family and all the kids. Just a great week. We have actually a special show planned today. Brett Gordon's going to come on. He's going to talk. We're going to pick a new movie this week. He's with Businesses Are People Too, and we're going to be talking about leadership and all this. His show, One Square at a Time. It's on Thursdays at 6 p.m., but we vote on what movie to watch. And this week, the movie's already been picked. It's not Puff the Magic Dragon.
Damn. I was lining that one up. Is it Pete's Dragon?
But it is the 2016 version. Brett messaged me that yesterday, and he goes, hey, make sure to watch the 2016 version, not the like 1990 version. And I'm like, wait, there's two versions? And he's like, yes, 2016 is what you want. So we're going to be diving into that a little bit today because he's already watched it. It's on my like to-do list of things to watch that or get done this week. So I'll be watching that before Thursday, probably tomorrow. But like, there's a lot of fun things that can be done there. And I have to be honest, last time I saw Pete's Dragon was the long time ago when it was the one that was, I think, 93, 94, something like that. Jessica's, I love it. Jessica, thank you. Because that's what I said too. And then Brett goes, no, it's a 2016 version. It's sad because I remember, I didn't even know there was a 2016 version. 100%.
I didn't even know there was an old one. Maybe that's how far behind we are in South Africa, because we only started seeing that when the TVs came out with 26. We didn't have TVs by then. Maybe we're just behind.
But
because I didn't know there was an old one.
Yeah, old. It was like my middle school years, maybe a little before that even. And it was a classic for my upbringing. Like it was one that you watch, and it's Pete's Dragon. You know, you pet it like you do your giraffes. So it was one of these where we would like. I was all excited. I thought I had the right version. My mom was all, 1977. No way the 1977 version was very light in message. 1977. Dang, you guys knew that like really quickly. 1977. Everybody knew.
I wasn't even born yet.
Oh dear, my first day of life started last year. I'm expanding. It's amazing. I love that. I was like, wait, what? Businesses are people too. I will disagree. There is a lot there. If you look, boom, shots are fired. Here we go. The conversation is getting ready. That's the vote.
Is that the vote?
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair.
It gives the audience a chance. The remake was dark. Not a fan. Ooh, Jessica Dugas coming with. She's ready today. Jess, I miss you, and I will be calling you today. All the family is leaving and stuff like that. So please know I do love you. I appreciate you. Everybody that's being a part of this. And why is my LinkedIn blowing up today? Is there a reason our LinkedIns are blowing up?
Yes.
Like yours is too, and I see you tagged me in something, but like literally.
No, it wasn't me. It was Kathy. Kathy tagged us, or I tagged us, but Kathy shared the yesterday's episode.
Yeah. She was awesome. She was honestly I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. Her entertaining laugh for her own mental health could come across fake and condescending, but it wasn't meant to be. That was for her. And we saw the trolls come out and start running their mouths and all that. But like that's the thing is you're supposed to be here to learn something new. You're supposed to
But not just that. What harm came to him to hear her laugh in any case? What harm did she do to him for him to just go out, or her, or whoever this troll is, to go out and say that to someone without even knowing anything about it?
He called her a bee, and that's when I was done. I'm like, I know. I brought the comment in and explained right off the bat. First off, that's not allowed. Don't do that shit. Like, you don't get to call anybody that. I don't care.
No, we're all different.
Right.
Exactly.
Do you know how hard it is for Brett to be able to go places in public with what he looks like? I mean, God, his nickname's the Unabomber Brett.
What are you afraid to catch?
Right? Brett's most recent problems in life. He's like, oh, crap. He's trying to talk, but he's muted and has a mic over his mouth. Pulling him out again. Nope, he lost his chance. No.
What does it say on the mask?
Oh, we'll find out soon enough. He'll be in here in the next few minutes, so don't you worry. We will get him in there. Businesses are people too. Take that as a compliment. Helen Reddy was a badass. Oh, yeah. Wow. Jessica comes in. Jessica, I bet you had a great weekend. I hope you had some fun with Phil, the big D Dugas. He's out here running around, doing his thing, selling and working his ass off. And when he gets to go home, I try to leave Jessica alone on weekends, Sunday and Monday. That way she doesn't get annoyed with me and have to deal with her work husband and her husband. So I know I can be the annoying one of the two. Apparently Brett has some tequila with his tacos on Tuesday morning. I mean, it's only 7:17. If Brett is already, maybe he has a mimosa with tequila in it instead of champagne.
Well, that can work. Every day is a celebration, and I'll drink for. I actually had a sip of alcohol.
Right.
At the Dispatcho, but it was champagne, and I was celebrating a new cycle. So I was so excited. I was like, "Ooh, crap! This is alcohol."
Crap! Oh, that's funny. So, like Stuart Lone Wolf, I couldn't stay tuned in, but I don't tear people down for it, and that's the thing. You don't need to. Stuart, that is 100%. And that's like, oh God, Ilse and I are sitting here, and our guest Kathy yesterday, she was teaching you how you can laugh. And even after the show, when we were having a little conversation, she laughed at things, but oh my God, by the way, 2 minutes after the show ended, she dropped her F-bomb. 2 minutes after. And then everything after that had an F-bomb in it. And I was like, you can't do that. I can't cheer for you after the show.
Why not? We always cheer for a swear word.
Oh my God. Oh man. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I said I got a couple of swear words in as well with my boss today, because when I get excited, when people push a little bit too hard, they just come out, and I'm like, So I went heavy. I might not be so heavy today. I might be out F-bomb for a while. Out F-bomb for the afternoon.
No, you have your F-bomb today still. At least I didn't hear you use it. We have it's going to be a fun day. Like, we have a lot happening today. Brian Tracy, Brett Gordon, Stuart Lone Wolf, all in the comments already having fun. This morning, you and I are just starting our days. You and I were in the back, and Ilse and I have our own energy, and we start our shows usually in the background, like just making each other laugh. And the energy's been off lately. Like, and it's not just us. It's a lot of people been saying that they've been feeling it, whether it's trouble sleeping. Oh, wait, Jessica, businesses are people too. Mickey was the best. By the way, you should do a National Velvet. Speaking of Mickey. I don't know that movie, actually, Jess. So, yeah, maybe we should. I sit here, and Jessica and I, Elsa and I are in the background, and we're talking. She's like, you don't look like yourself. And I'm like, because I'm not myself right now. Like, keeping yourself balanced through stressful situations can be difficult. It can be. But then when you add in other people's emotions, anxieties, and fears, and depression, and that, it can be overwhelming at times. And then when you're trying to be the one that stays calm and keep yourself balanced so you don't have any reaction or let their energy get on you, God, does it wear. And when I say it wears on you, like, it just wears. And like, you and I were backstage, and we were both crying and talking and trying to uplift one another. And we're looking each other in the eyes, and then Brett runs away, comes back with like a mask on and like glasses. And I'm like, okay, apparently we're too toxic for Brett. He's covering up. He's afraid of us giving him COVID or something.
Cooties.
Right? Ooh, Ilse, you have another Between the Notes. Tell us about your interview yesterday, and what it was like, because you've been doing these a little bit lately, and you've had a few, and you've had some big
They were over
interviews.
the weekend. Yes, they were over the weekend. I spoke to Melody DeBro. She's got a voice like an angel, and she's from Nairobi, and we actually listen to the same music. She's amazing. She go watch it. People, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. She's amazing. And then Siren Rain's band is a folk metal band. You must hear yes, hold on. A folk metal band.
Yeah.
The song they have is amazing. I can't. My notes are there now. I can't. I think it's Raven, or I'm gonna get you the name. I'm gonna send you the link. The music and the folk instruments and everything they've got in there, and she's working on metal and mental health. How metal affects mental health, metal music.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was the most beautiful interviews with two goddesses that just like stand in their power, and then it was amazing. It was amazing.
Now, was this on Between the Notes or Stone Daisies?
No, that was on Between the Notes.
I love that.
Yes, yes.
You also had an interview recently. Sirens Rain's Nightmare is great. Like, honestly, I have to look this up. You're going to have to put a link in here for everybody, so that way they know.
Okay. They must go watch the show.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness, guys, go watch the show.
I don't know how to do that.
Her South African, like, how she trains sharks just came out a little bit. Like, scared the hell out of the mom eye, the shark eye. I did it with the wrong eye.
Baby shark.
I only know that song because of my niece. My niece played that song so much this last few days. I did not know there was a daddy shark.
And a granny and a...
None of that. I learned the entire song in one night. Oh my God. If I do National Velvet, if I do National Velvet, I'll get arrested for bestiality? Then what? No comment.
What did we miss?
I love Jessica's rebuttal. No comment. And then Brian Tracy, Sirens, Rain, Keepers. All right.
Don't shout at me. He typed little capital letters shouting at me.
I think he's singing it. He's sitting there getting into it. He's like, like, what is folk metal? Like, that's something I'm just picturing in my head. Like, they have a banjo, and then all of a sudden, like, you got like the bass drops.
What did she call that? They've got a funny instrument. She explained it there. You'll have to watch the show. She does it best because she knows what it is. But she explains all the different types of instruments that they have and the people that can play it. And you must listen to the song. It's got birds in the beginning. It is really such a beautiful song, and her soul is so beautiful, and their story, it's just amazing. It's really uplifting.
Oh my gosh, I could see Brett Gordon doing this. Here is their link. Thank you, Brian Tracy, for the band's Instagram.
He's good at this. You just keep putting the information in there.
That's what I want, so I can just have fun with you and not be Googling things. Rocking the spoons. Rocking the spoons. That is, I see Brett just being like, oh, you don't know how to play the spoons? You know how to play the spoons?
I don't, but is it hillbilly music? If I offend somebody, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
But isn't that banjo? I heard a song. I think it was a Metallica song that some hillbilly people put on TikTok that they do on the banjo and everything. But a Metallica one. And it's amazing. I'm going to look for the link, and I'm just have to look for all these links and send them to you. It's amazing how they play that, but it's almost something. It's like folk music. So they've got these exotic instruments while she growls and screams and sings and.
I like how you say growls. She growls. Like, that's intimidating. Like, I picture, like, meow, 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 meow.
But do you listen to metal music? Do you listen to metal? There's a band called In the Moment. Maria Brink, I think is her name. Her song, she's this tiny blonde lady, but you must hear her growl. And then Courtney LaPlante from Spirit Box as well. They're powerful women that metal. I love women in metal.
Now, women in metal is, oh my God, women in metal can make a huge impact. But my thing is, you're interviewing these, but look at this. You're getting called for these. Like other interviews, check out Starry Ulsa Medieval Metallica. Hell yeah. Please send the link so we in Sweden can listen. So, Brian Tracy, do me a favor, grab the link for the one square at a time, Between the Notes. That is the band that we're talking about. What's the name of the band again, Elsa? I don't want to mess it up.
Sirens Rain Band.
Sirens Rain Band. Can you throw that in the comments so I don't walk away from this and I'm distracted and all that? I want people to go to listen to it. It'll be in the comments. I want to listen to this one because I do like metal. I don't know why, but country music like that. Not country like, oh, my dog is gonna get run over by my truck. No, nothing like that. I like the country like bluegrass, where all of a sudden it's like something, just the music that comes
unique. It's the vibration it gives out. It just goes with my ears. If a song, that's why I don't listen to a specific genre and you're the same. If a song works with my ears, then we can listen to it. Understand?
All right, if you had a song that got you all pumped up, we talked about this yesterday, and you never put your Spotify link in the comments, just so you know.
I didn't. I'm going to do it after the show. See there.
Everybody, there's your link. It's on our YouTube thing. Brian Tracy's right there. He hits it up. He puts it in there. That is a perfect way for everybody to be able to click the link, be able to go listen to Ilse interview this band, and be able to hear bluegrass rock. Brandon would like.
Folk metal.
Folk metal. Like, do they play the? All right. What instrument did you never? Sirens Rain's interview, right here. Boop. Let me ask you a question, Elsa. If you could pick an instrument to learn how to play right now, because Brett Gordon joins us in less than a minute, what would that instrument be? Go.
I want to learn to play the guitar.
Really? Like a specific guitar, like acoustic, electric?
Bass guitar.
The bass. Ooh, bass is fun because boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Is that what that one is? Okay, you see, I must learn how to do music because I can listen to it.
Do you play an instrument?
No, I don't. I've never picked up an instrument in my life. I cannot sing to save my life. When I start singing, my kids go, please do not do that to us. So I don't, because I know I've got a weird ass voice. So I try not to sing. I was in choir when I was younger and stuff, but I sing for myself when I'm alone and I can't hurt anybody.
That is funny.
Then I'll just go for it and I'll sing.
Sing. You're supposed to sing to your heart content. Apparently, I'm gonna like Steven and Seagal's.
Seagulls.
Steven Seagal's.
Steven Seagal's.
Yeah, Steven Seagal, the action fighter. He's a movie guy.
Steven. Okay.
Seagulls. Oh God, that was a good one.
In South Africa, they say seagulls. Seagulls.
Yeah.
Seagulls. Oh, okay, is it right? Okay. I'm just checking because then I was trying to read that.
Do you want to switch the debate? Do you want to switch the debate? Me
Where
too.
are we going?
We're gonna go and invite somebody in. The creepiest of the creepy, the most undefined Unabomber there is, the masked monster who's going to debate us of a 1977 movie of Pete's Dragon to the 2016 version. Let the conversation commence. Rock on. Brett Gordon, ladies and gentlemen, otherwise known as Unabomber at Businesses Are People Too. What does your mask say? We are all curious. You've been hiding in the background. I bring you in because you're creepy as hell back there with that, scaring the shit out of our audience. Look at that. The views went down to one person because everybody thinks you're about to blow us up. Just kidding. What's up, buddy?
Hey, it says that this mask is as useless as my governor.
I like that.
And as I'm breathing, it's fogging up my glasses, which just proves that masks do shit for you.
Oh my God, we're gonna go down this path right away. I
have to because they just approved that stupid thing. The FDA approved the vaccine.
They did.
You lie.
Yesterday.
And now they're going to force everybody in the military to take it.
Can I quickly listen to this funny story in Limpopo? They put on the news, if the people that don't get vaccinated, they can't buy alcohol.
Can I buy weed?
On national TV, they can't advertise that yet, and nobody will tell me what I can do. But it is. But that's how they get the people. Oh, you're not going to be able to buy alcohol for the weekend because, alcohol is a big part of South Africans' lives. They drink a lot. South Africans drink a lot.
Brett, why you got to take us down this path right away? So, all right. So right off the bat, we're going to jump into this, and we'll make sure we get into Pete's Dragon in a minute. So they've approved, the FDA has approved the Pfizer vaccine from what I heard, correct? And correct. Pfizer is the one that's been recalled 3 times, correct? Or is that Johnson & Johnson?
Johnson & Johnson.
Got it. So we've given approval on something that FDA has. We pulled out of a war that we've put over, last I read, it was over $2.6 trillion into. We left over $1 trillion worth of military equipment there that literally are Humvees, tanks, ammunition, guns, and we just left it. I don't like this. Go ahead, show me why this is something we should be understanding.
We left it for the Afghan army. Don't you understand that?
Yeah, why?
Because they were gonna protect their country.
Yeah, did you see how fast the Taliban took it over? Glad that we've spent 20 years and billions and trillions of dollars to literally just give them everything that we did at the end. So we can't spend money on our country to fix homelessness, to fix all these other things, but we had trillions of dollars to leave somewhere? Come on, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And I don't care what leader it is. That was 4 different presidents that were there. That is fucked up on our country's end. Sorry, I use my F word, and now I'm just getting worked up in the wrong way. Go ahead.
From day one, when we went in there, they said it was going to be another Vietnam, and actually, in terms of time and money, it was more than Vietnam in terms of lives. Not quite, but the PTSD and the stuff that's coming out of there is we're gonna be paying for it for an entire generation.
If you look at the history books, it's the same thing over and over and over and over. for hundreds and thousands of years. History books are it only has this much information of so many years. It doesn't even tell you what happens before that. It's chaos. It's going to be chaos for quite a while.
I did not know this, that Stuart Lone Wolf just said. The president of the Taliban did a COVID test on a goat and a kiwi.
Tanzania.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. My eyes are horrible, and I can't wear glasses because of the reflection.
It says Tanzania.
Yeah, it is Tanzania, I believe.
Did a COVID test on a goat and a kiwi fruit while both tested positive. I like this comment by Bob Seymour. Ready? America is a gun-free zone, but Afghanistan is a free gun zone. Go figure. Good comment. Good comment. And my thing is we're fighting and we're splitting our people apart through little things. And like this vaccine, like, yes, I was at a funeral and the vaccine was talked about at the funeral. And I was sitting there going, like, as much as I can agree or disagree with your point of view, this is not the place. This is not the area. Even though that's the platform you feel you're given to be able to do that, you gotta separate the two. Because I'm there to celebrate the life of somebody that I loved very dearly. To have a conversation about something so... I'm trying to think of the right word, but long story short, if you're for it or against it, just do yourself a favor and keep your opinion to you, because no one else is giving a shit what you really think. And I mean that with the nicest of intentions. You have to know that you believe what you believe in your heart. And when someone asks you it, peace. If they want to start a fight, you don't need that.
Everybody's getting vaccinated at work. Everybody. Well, I said, I do not care what you do. I really don't care what you do, because I'm going to do me I'm going to stand in line for as far back for as long as possible. Mm-hmm. I'm still healthy. I look after my body. If you die, and I need to say this because I dealt with it. There's nothing you can do. Death is inevitable. You're gonna die in this life. There's nothing you can do to stop that. Absolutely nothing. You can just enjoy the ride to there.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear this one. Jane just posted something. Bob, did you hear about the Americans in Afghanistan was given a letter to fill out agreeing to repay the federal government for their fight? I have not heard that. That would be news. For their flight. That would be news to me. That would be news to me, because the next crisis will be the food shortage. Farmers are being paid to destroy their crops. And he's 100% right. I know farmers. Farmers. Yeah. We expect quarantine coming up again with a food shortage, which means people are going to get angrier. Their mental health is going to fall more. That's why what we're doing is so different and so essential. And it pisses me the fuck off when people want to get aggravated and bring their negativity in here.
Exactly.
That's why. And it's so easy, to just find those reasons to be unhappy, to find those reasons to be negative, when the truth is, fuck, man, join a community that wants to make a goddamn difference. And I used my F words too. Sorry. We're out here trying to spread something nice. We might not be all over the place entertaining. I'm a squirrel, I know. But we're here to help each other. And I get so irritated that everything I do in life is a goddamn fight. And it really is. How many times you take an opinion on something that could be just a slight difference in somebody, and they're like, F you, I'm out of here. Goodbye. I want you to be you. And you can disagree with me, but have an educated conversation, not an ignorant yell at me, tell me where the hell I'm wrong, and I then don't get a word in. So, as I sailed at Pete's Dragon is
we need to pull out of Pete's Dragon.
So, God damn it, this thing.
We need some help out of Pete's Dragon, please.
All right, so Jessica Dugas, I hope you're ready for this.
I like Disney movies, but I honestly had an extremely difficult time trying to just watch the 1977 version of Pete's Dragon. And I was so frustrated. I was like, okay, there's this other version. And I watched the remake, and I loved it. I thought there was a ton of meaning in there. It resonated with me, where the original Disney version was like too hokey, corny, and I didn't see the big message in it. But maybe it's because I had a hard time trying to get through the movie itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's the 1977 version, correct?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
The 2016 version was like, I gotta admit, it was like a combination.
That comment just came out so fast. Literally, the timing of this comment. Ready? That's because you're no fun, Brett.
I'm wearing my Mickey shirt. Look.
He's making his point, and I'm agreeing. I'm nodding my head. I'm like, all right, he's giving his stuff. And then Jessica's like, you're no fun. Brett. Oh, God. Okay, go ahead, Brett. I interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
So anyhow, when I watched the 2016 version, it reminded me a bit of the Jungle Book. It reminded me a bit of the original version to a slight degree. There were a lot of movies that were kind of touched upon in there, but to me, it had a meaning that I could actually draw out. Now, I think we should bring Jess on as a guest host for this week's show.
Ask her. Invite her. And I think you do the new one, she does the old one, and we compare them. And then I'll be silent. And at the end, I'll help vote with the audience. How's that sound?
Okay, I'll try and watch both of them because I've watched the one, but I have not watched the first one. The 1977 one I haven't watched. Amen.
That way I can do that better. Maybe because you are an adult and we are all trying to give children harsher lessons than allowing them to be children. Are you proposing on air, Brett? Brett, I think she's asking you what's going on. Are we gonna have I can marry you too. Oh my God, this is gonna be so fun.
I'm proposing.
I hope, Jessica, are you doing reverse Mormonism? That way you can marry as many people, many men as you want. You can marry women too, I think, if you're a reverse Mormon. I don't know. Either way, Ilse's like, wait, what? Mormon usually. Who wants two women? There's a guy that got a TV show, married to 4 women and married his 5th on air. And now they're all divorced, from what I understand. Silent Brandon and the New World Order is the name of Bob's Blues Band. I love that. Well done, Brian Tracy. Well done. I'm sorry, Elsa. I interrupted right before you said something. My ADD is really bad this morning.
No, I forgot my ADHD. I can't remember what I was busy saying. Last point of thought.
It's okay. Brett, so you asked Jessica to be on, and she will fight for the 1977 version of Peach Dragon. You're going to compete for the 2016 version, and I'm going to go watch Puff the Magic Dragon, right?
You're going to smoke Puff the Magic Dragon?
We're going to Puff the Magic Dragon.
I'm going to Puff the Magic Dragon.
Every time now I hear Puff the Magic Dragon, I think of the AC-130 combat aircraft. I don't know if you've ever seen it. But it's an amazing plane. It's got a huge cannons, and when it shoots the tracers from the machine guns, it looks like a dragon in the sky as it's spitting fire across the ground. It's pretty amazing. That's the AC-130 gunship.
I will be thrilled to be there on Thursday and bring the whole damn PowerPoint presentation and sing the song. She's like, bring it. My name's Jessica Dukas. I married Duck Big T. I have 77,000.
Have the whole family behind her.
Hello, Brett Gordon. It's time to see yourself out the door. I know Pip
And
the
we
Magic
have a
Dragon.
battle.
I know Puff the Magic Dragon too. Pete the Magic Dragon, I don't know. I'm open to either. Waiting for the person that compliments me also on their spiritual journey. Honestly, I love it. So do us a favor. Watch this Thursday as Jessica Dugas. Jessica Dugas is going to take on Mr. Brett Gordon in the fight of the movies. She's going to say, hey, Pete's Dragon 1977 has way more lessons than Pete's Dragon 2016. So you better be ready. Boom, boom. He's going to come with, she's got a presentation. She's got PowerPoint. Jessica Dugas is going to come in swinging at Brett Gordon. And I think that the comment up here is my favorite one of the day, that she's calling you out, Brett. That's because you're no fun, Brett. She's like, I got you, Mr. Gordon. Got you. I'm just kidding, buddy. Puff the Magic Dragon and Angel Fight are the two most impressive aircraft carriers we have. I didn't know Puff the Magic.
Not aircraft carriers.
Oh, aircraft. Is there a difference?
I would think so. Aircraft carriers don't fly.
Pete's Dragon's Deathmatch. Oh, I love the freaking name. Oh, hell yes. So
this is going to be a showdown.
This is 1977 Pete's Dragon versus the 2016 version. Jessica Dugas is going to have her whole family, all 7,000 kids, are going to give a review of the movie. 2016 version is going to lose because she has a lot more kids than you do, people to vote with you, buddy. Hate to break it to you.
Well,
you want to borrow some of my kids? You get it remotely.
It's a remote vote. But Brett, are you okay with this? Is this going to be fun for you to be able? You're going to be able to present why the 2016 version is the one people should watch compared to the 1977 version?
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. So Brett, I think there's also more going on here because we have. I was looking for Jane made a comment that I wanted to read. Oh, actually, Bob did. I can't read all of this online because even though it's live, if I read this live, I know it gets removed from YouTube. I've had this happen before. So do me a favor and check out the link below. Read the UN's on their webpage. He is 100% correct on this, but do not use Google. You need to use a separate search engine because you'll be blown away how when you go into Google and you write in this exact thing after the word UN, you will see on Google, it comes up with one thing. And then you can go to another search engine like Bing or DuckDuckGo, and all of a sudden a whole nother thing comes up, and it's directly from the World Health Organization, from the CDC, from the government, and it all aligns with what he's saying there. So just a little tip, check that out. I've put a couple people to it, and the truth is, wow. Like, it's thousands of pages of documents explaining what's been going on and how this is planned. So please do yourself a favor, check that out, because Bob just shared some big things that I can't really share very much on. There's a comment here. That is such a good idea. Remake movie showdowns. Love it, Elsa. Love it. The Pete's Dragon Death Match will be this Thursday, 6 p.m. EDT, Eastern Daylight Time. I stand with the breakthrough throw. Which version? I stand with the breakthrough show. I know which version I'd let my 4-year-old see, the children's movie. And that's honestly one of the things I had on my notes for this movie is you have the modern one is a lot darker. It has a lot more. And Jessica's like, hey, man, got another vote. Mic drop. Boop, there you go, Brett Gordon. What you going to do? And like Stuart's already saying this. And I have to be honest, I think it depends on who you are. Brett grew up watching the original, and he probably has a negative connotation with it in his head. Where the newer one, he's like, oh, I can relate to this more. It has more modern technology in that. Could that be a reason, Brett, why you like the newer one better?
No, I honestly I was watching the old one first, and I was like, I just could not at all get into it. I did not like the way that it flowed. It didn't work for me. And then when I watched the remake, I was like, oh, there's some there's some more here that I could really work with. There's more, it's got what's his name? Robert Redford in there, Bryce Dallas Howard, Carl Urban, I think is his name. And they all resonated with me.
Jessica has the best little jabs every now and then. She's like, here's her response. Brett is still bitter because after all these years, he still can't see Elliot. Is that true, Brett? Can you not see Elliot?
I can see Elliot. Elliot is there. Elliot is with us.
He's with us always.
Exactly.
I'm going to have to go watch that.
I know. Elsa's sitting over there. So it's about a dragon. His name is Pete. And his dragon's name is Pete. And they go on adventures looking for their car.
Okay.
Watching Brett's face, I'm excited to see Jessica's response to that. Like, oh God, Brandon. No.
I was like, really? And they made it twice?
And they made it twice. It was a classic movie. They renamed it Dude, Where's My Car later in life.
And now that I've watched.
That's, of all the movies we've mentioned, that's the one you've been able to watch. She's like, oh, I got it. That's it then, Brett. Brett sees way more than Elliot. Back away slowly, people. Back away slowly. Oh, so Brett, this is going to be a fun one. This Thursday is going to be a great one. Jessica Dugas and you have an amazing energy together. You could pick on each other. You could make each other laugh. I think, honestly, this could end up being a really good idea because there is a lot of movies that were remade. You could do The Longest Yard. You could do a whole bunch of movies and have a debate of which one brings more to the table. I love the way this is doing, and it's a fight to the death match of the movie. So Pete's the magic dragon, not Puff the magic dragon. Pete's dragon. Pete's dragon. I swear to God, Puff the magic dragon is in my head.
He's magic when he puffs.
Hi, Brad. We haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. I know you've been busy with your daughter, and she's got all her cheerleading stuff, and you're throwing her around and all that. So enjoy throwing your daughter through the air. Love to see you. And then Jessica's giving me little emojis of the dragon. I love it. I love it. So Brett is going to be competing. He says the 2016 version of Pete's Dragon is way better than the original version of the 1977 version. And Jessica's like, no, mother effer, I got you. I'm going to beat you with this. Her kids have presented a presentation that they're going to compete with him on. And I look forward to seeing this being able to go head to head. And apparently Jessica might even sing a song for us. Now, Ilse, have you seen either of these movies?
I think I've watched like 5 minutes of the 2016, but not the whole movie. I might have walked past and like stood or changed channels and it was on and was like, move over to the next one. So no, it's almost like
sorry, that comment.
But what's that other movie we were talking about the other day as well? It's one of those movies where it didn't catch my attention, the part that I saw.
A movie the other day?
Yeah, we were talking about... No, I don't know. But we were talking about another movie that I also went like...
Squirrel!
Did you see that squirrel? I was trying to like...
Yeah, I tried to let you get the squirrel back, and it didn't want to come back. I'm like, all right. Brian Tracy says something. Right? Distraction. Something tells me this is going to be a remake of the fight in Rocky IV between Apollo Creed and the Russian. Bye-bye, Apollo, which is Brett, he says. Oh, man. Brian's throwing...
Ilse couldn't get... She didn't like Brian's song. She couldn't really get into it.
No. Yes, that one. It's so I'm scared that Pete's dragon. No, Pete isn't the dragon. Pete's the dragon.
As long as Pete's dragon beats his dragon, we're okay.
I heard Pete's been dragging lately. He's really been running behind.
Life's hard, man. Life's hard.
If he dies, he dies.
He dies.
If he dies, he dies. I love it. So Brett is getting challenged here by multiple people that the 1977 version is better. And they're comparing it to Rocky Fights. This is going to be a good one, buddy. But you know what? You know what would be great? Being able to know. Did someone say pizza? I'm not even going to ask. But Brett, Pizza Dragon. So we have a very, very, very interesting guest coming up in the next few minutes. His name is Dr. Carl Christman, and he has over 18 years as a professor of communications and his work as a mentalist. Dr. Christman interview and insightful entertainment. He is the author of the best-selling book, How to Read Minds and Influence People. He has inspired countless people. So he can read minds. I got a whole bunch of things that are going to be in the background that are going to be him doing things. I say we have a Pizza Dragon. So everybody gets pizza on Thursday. Order from your local pizza place to support local. And then we're going to turn around and have the fight of the century. We have Pizza Dragon represented by Miss Jessica the Big D Dugas and her family versus Brett the Gordon. Coming in, excuse me, I choked on my own spit. That was hard. And then Brett Gordon coming in saying the 2016 version. You know who might know the better answer to that? Carl, Dr. Carl. You know why?
Okay.
He's a mentalist.
And then who's going to choose the winner?
The audience.
The big B.
It's the audience.
So the audience also have to watch it so we see with the vote.
Yes, we will have a vote. Actually, I bet I could create a Google spot where I could share a link and everybody's able to go vote themselves. Everybody. So and it could be anonymous too. I got to put that together today because I think that would be absolutely one of the most fun things.
I think that's going to be.
Do you mind?
That's going to be trouble because Brian's got about 15 email addresses and Jess's family's got about 7,000. I'm in trouble.
Then you better start asking.
If people are on LinkedIn, we can do a poll on LinkedIn, and I can tag you, and we can tag the Java, and then they can go vote on there because you can give them two options, and they can go vote on there.
I agree.
So that draws them. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. And then you and I, all right, so Ilse, after the show, I have a meeting this afternoon that's going to be like all afternoon. It's a sales meeting that I'm being taught new things on how to, and all that. It's a conference, and I had to choose between that or a Cannabis Expo that's a digital one. I decided to go to learn about my company better and have somebody completely rip me apart and tell me everything I'm doing wrong, so that way I can tear it down and rebuild it, I guess. I don't know. They don't want me to tear it down. They love what we're doing. They love everything I'm about. They want to see the company not only succeed, they want to know how to make it where when we turn around and we go to investors in other ways, it's not just growing. It looks astonishing and we're showing new things and we're able to bring the difference that we're all wanting. From CK Ford to Jade to Brian Tracy. Honestly, I love this idea. Pizza Taco Tuesday. Unheard of this. This is groundbreaking. I love it. I love it. Oh, and there's the person I'm going to have to text to ask for that. Sarah, I need to know how we can create the voting for everybody because we're competing this week on Thursday. Brett Gordon is competing versus stop opening things, computer. Brett Gordon is competing versus Jessica Dugas for what version of Pete's Dragon? Pete's Dragon is the best. Not Puff the Magic Dragon. That's apparently what I'm going to end up watching. But Pete's Dragon, the 1977 versus the 2016. We're going to put the voting up on LinkedIn, Facebook, and everything. And we're going to have this be a competition. Jessica Dugas has already thrown daggers at him. She's called him out and said, Brett, you don't know nothing. I got you. My kids are going to vote on this. My family's going to vote on this. My relatives back in the day that haven't been voting in years, they're going to vote on this. She's coming at you, buddy. Can you afford $19? Why do I need $19? I don't understand. Like now I'm confused. No, we can't. No, I really can't.
We want it for free.
Yeah, I thought there was a free version.
That's for the Pizza Dragon.
Oh, Stuart just found out the new text to vote. Oh, text to vote costs you that. But what if? All right, so we'll talk about this.
One day when we're bigger. One of these days when we're bigger.
one day when we're bigger. Hey, do you guys want to see what I look like with hair? Come here.
Please.
Come here. I don't give a shit. Come here. Guys, this is my younger sister, Veronica. She's my middle sister. She is Lissy's mom, and she's the biggest pain in the ass other than the youngest sister. Right? Have you seen Peach Dragon? No. The 1977 or the 2016 version? Neither. Well, guys, guess what? Veronica's going to have to vote on this one now. Oh. Say hi.
Hi.
Do you see who said hi? That way you can see
hi,
how this
Sarah.
works. I'm like showing her how this works at the same time. You crack me up. Thank you, sweetie. I love you. That is Veronica, my sister. She just popped in here really quick. I wanted to make sure I got her on and said hi because I don't get many opportunities to say hi to her. Our guest has not shown up in the background yet. And what happened to you, Brandon? What do you mean? My hair? Man, your sister's beautiful. I know. Veronica, you're getting compliments about how beautiful you are from all these other women. And can we keep Veronica and switch Brandon? Like, what happened to Brandon? Here, just take over. Put the headphones on. Start talking to everybody. Say hi. If the guest shows up, I'll run the show. Just say hi. That's Ilse and Brett.
Hi, how you doing?
How you doing, Veronica?
Hey, I'm the favorite. Where you go?
I'm taking it back. I can't handle this. I can't handle this.
It's mine.
Yeah. Can we keep you, Veronica? That's what they're asking. Uh-oh. Apparently, now I have another troublemaker. Hi, Moo. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, morning.
Welcome, man.
Good morning.
And now say who you
Your
are.
mom's
The
so
family's there
beautiful.
now.
I love to hear you talk, and I love to hear your stories about South Africa.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
Oh, one of my favorite places in the world. I go back in a heartbeat.
You're welcome anytime. Anytime.
Thank you. Good morning to all. Have a good day.
Jessica's ready to cook for you, Mom, the vegan food.
We have to cook together. That's what we have to do, Jessica.
Ask her if she's willing to teach you how to cook. Jessica cooks vegan. Veronica, you'd like Jessica.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Mom's going to have to come with me. You know this. Your mom is beautiful, too. What the F happened to Brandon?
Looks like his dad. Just kidding. We didn't get our height, fortunately.
If your guest doesn't show up, then you'll just have to freestyle wing it like only you can. You've got friends to support you. Oh my God, Sarah. Hey, Mom, Sarah Nelson just commented that she's laughing too at your comment. Oh, shots fired. Uh-oh, guys. Better watch out. We better watch out. Mom is coming at it. She's swinging. Hey, Mom, I do have one question. So, Peach Dragon, there's two versions of it right now. There's the 1977 version and the 2016 version. We're going to have an all-out fight to the death on which version is better. From the 2016 to 1977. Have you seen both?
Nope.
Have you seen either?
So, yes.
Would you watch the 2016 version with me so that way we can have this fight on air? Because Brett Gordon thinks the 2016 version's better. Jessica Dugas thinks the 1977 version's better. I have no vote whatsoever. I am just the moderator, so they don't yell swear words like fuck at one another, okay?
Well,
sorry, Mommy.
Okay?
My mom's used to my F words. It used to be a challenge for me, like for real, to get my mom to use an F word. And because she just doesn't do it. And it's one of my favorite words. Mm-hmm. And I wore a shirt to her anniversary that said, my parents told me I could be anything, so I decided to become an asshole. Right? I've worn it on air before. Apparently, that's not something you wear to your parents' wedding anniversary. That's a surprise party for them.
Oh,
I've never heard Elsa goes, why not? Apparently, I walk in and I've never been able to get my mom to drop an F-bomb this quick. She literally goes, go change your effing clothes now. I'm like, I got the mom voice. I got the I embarrassed her voice. I got the she's about to knock me the F out voice. I better go change. Like, my mom is not the one that uses F words, but, I see a new show brewing. Ready, Mom? Ready? This was just written. Mama Croucher and the V. Stories about Brandon.
Yes. Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, my God. I think that would be a once. Mama Croucher is so charming and witty.
Oh,
I love it. I love it. There are etiquette standards. Jesus, Brandon, not even. Jesus was busy at work, so Jesus came along, his twin brother. I've lost Brett. He's completely staring there. He's like, oh my God. Brett, what are our choices for next week? Since our guest hasn't shown up, guys, we get to choose. Love you guys. Are you going to the airport?
No, we're going to E100.
Where are you? Yeah, Brett, what are our choices for next week's movies?
Hell, I'm not prepared for that.
Jessica, get on him. Get on him, Jess. Tell him exactly what he's supposed to do. Honestly, I'd be tempted, since we have this competition. Ilse, can you think of 2 movies, one that's modern, one that's older, that we could have another debate on?
Hey, wait a second. I don't got all the time in the world to be reviewing all this stuff.
Too bad.
I'm trying to think. I have.
Hey, let's do Snow White and Maleficent then.
Oh! You're getting called out, Brett. She says, Brett! I just picture it being like that. Oh, Forrest Gump should be next week's.
But that's not a remake.
But we could easily do that, and then, oh my God, I can't think of the name of the movie. And
Maybe but maybe make it 2 Tom Hanks movies.
Dragon with me.
But change it up. Make it 2 Tom Hanks movies.
Okay, 2 Tom Hanks.
Yeah, 2 of his good movies, and then people can decide which one they like the best.
There's some kind of.
Sorry, family kept coming over and asking questions about drinks, and I'm like, what? Veronica, you're getting more hellos.
Hi,
She
I
says-
the best one out of all of us.
She says she's the favorite of my family, but she doesn't know she's the adopted one.
That's okay. It's
Oh!
my favorite.
Jessica says she'll do big if Brett will do Forrest Gump. A Tom Hanks throwdown. And I get to be the vote on that one, because did you know Tom Hanks started his career here in Cleveland, Ohio?
I didn't, but I like Green Mile.
I like Big.
All right, so we have Big. We have actually Brian Tracy. Would you want to throw up a challenge? You could challenge Forrest Gump, and then Brett could do Big, and Jessica then. Oh my God, Big is just winning this hands down. Like everybody's talking about Big. I
have not watched Big.
Oh,
I have
for
not watched
real,
that.
Ilse?
I
We got to
don't
get
think
you
so.
on that. We got to get you on that.
Let me write that down. To do
Oh, The Call of the Wild, Sherry McQueen. I love Big. I'll do Big. Yeah, I know how your husband is. I know you like it big. What did I say? Tomorrow on the H, Dr. Robert Melamede. If I mispronounce that, Jane, call me out on it, please. He is our guest. He studied cannabis since the fucking 8. God, I gotta watch my mouth today. I'm sorry, guys. He studied. Redo. Hold on.
But 2 days to go.
I got 2 days left.
Yeah, you still have Thursday, and Friday left.
Got it. Perfect.
So you got
Tomorrow
2
show on
favorites.
the H. Perfect. Dr. Robert Melamede. He is our guest. He has studied cannabis since the 1980s. He is awesome. He is one of Jane's friends. Jane has literally been working her tail off, finding people for me to interview. And I am honored that Jane loves everything we're doing so much. So Jane, Brian Tracy, all of you that are working like this, guys, we couldn't be here without you. Even when our guest forgets to show up, apparently he can read minds, but he can't read a schedule.
You should have telepathically sent him the email address. Or
I
the
got
link.
this. Hold on.
Send him the link.
All right. If he shows up in the next minute, we know why now. I hope you're all ready for this. I made Ilse laugh so hard at that. So, all right. So next week we have the vote in already. Is it going to be Forrest Gump versus Big? I think that's going to be a good one. I could see that being 2 good ones. The Longest Mile is a great one, or The Green Mile.
The Green Mile, yes.
Correct. The Longest Yard is an Adam Sandler movie and an older movie.
Okay, we can do 2 Adam
Reynolds.
Sandler movies as well.
That
Burt
could be
Reynolds
in
is
the
actually
future,
in
right?
both of them.
I
He
saw
is in both of them.
Did you watch that movie Biodome with Pauly Shore? He's on TikTok. No, but listen to this. You must see. I grew up on his movies. I saw him on TikTok last night. I'm like, this guy has not aged. He looks exactly the same. And he
Pauly
doesn't.
Shore.
He did age, but he he's so weird.
Brandon reminds me of Pauly Shore.
No,
That's
he
kind of a
doesn't.
compliment, kind of an insult. Waterboy versus Billy Madison. Oh my God.
Ooh, those are two good ones. Two favorites. That's gonna be
Honestly, if
difficult.
I'm gonna do Billy Madison, I almost feel like we should be doing what's the
Happy
other one?
Gilmore. Happy Gilmore.
Oh, Brian Tracy, I like that one. Sarah, you're being called out. She says I like that one, Billy Madison and all that. Ooh, Old Red Dawn. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Okay.
Old It versus New It.
Old
So
Red Dawn
actually,
is far better than the new Red Dawn.
maybe. Yes, Brian, love those. See, good picks. So, all right, Brian's Yard, or Brian's Sorry. We talked about that. It was a good movie. I enjoyed my time with it. I laughed. I had fun. I cried. I didn't cry, but like I literally enjoyed. But but what shocked me was it was a made-for-TV movie, and I didn't even know that. They had so many directions they were going at the beginning that when they switched to being medical, it just threw me off. And I was like, okay, whatever, it happens. I know
that's not what we really focused on, so that was good.
Correct. And that we didn't. We had a great conversation on that, didn't we, Brett?
Yep.
Now, Pete's Dragon, on the other hand, the one that we're throwing daggers at and all that, and then we're getting ready for next week, which is going to be Tom Hanks week. We're going to focus on, we have to pick 2 Tom Hanks movies, and I think Big has already won. That's one of the 2. Is Forrest Gump going to be the second one? Because this is a knockdown drag-out.
Exactly, and he's got some big names, big movies he played in, good movies. So
I'm looking at Brett's face right now. He looks severely scared. He's like, I think I'm going to lose to Jessica on this.
No, I'm thinking about how much time I may have to even look at it. But
well, talk to me, Tom Hanks. Well, I got another for Forrest Gump. There's 3 for Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump facing off versus the. Have you seen Forrest Gump, Brett?
Yep.
Have you seen Big?
Yep.
Oh, see, then you don't need to worry. You could put it on as background noise and make your notes while you're doing something else.
Why is he not are you not a fan of Tom Hanks?
He's not a fan of men. He's not a fan of men.
Oh.
Except for Brandon.
Yeah.
I
Rambo First
Brandon
Blood.
When he was out here, he turned me down.
I did not. We're married. Remember? We talked about this last week on an episode. And then, Johnny, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I personally think that's a good one. I like where we're headed. I like the idea of what when no one wants to mention Philadelphia. Oh, you didn't like Philadelphia, Brett Gordon?
Nah, I wasn't a big fan of that one.
What about the Mr. Rogers movies? The one that he just did. Did anybody see that but me? All right, so I was a Mr. Rogers fan. I really was. And I was, you are terrible at accents. Thanks. Not to mention Philadelphia. No one wants to mention Philadelphia. Rambo First. I saw another comment in there. Only Hanks could have done it. Okay. Honestly, this is interesting because truth be told, I saw the Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers movie before it was in theaters. I got a sneak peek because they were doing a special one that was before the show in certain cities, and Cleveland got one of them, and I won tickets. A friend won tickets, and they took me. And that was a great movie.
I like The Terminal.
Oh, The Terminal's good. Castaway
And The Terminal.
Saving Private Ryan.
Right, Saving Ryan's Privates, right.
Wrong movie, break. Wrong one.
Oh, that's the other one. That doesn't count.
The Da Vinci Code, I like that one.
I like him as well. I like that one as well, Da Vinci.
I think Tom Hanks is one you could pick multiple movies for. You know what, Elsa? Maybe we should have it be a vote like that. And we give it till next Tuesday. And that way we know we know what we're going to be talking about, but it has to be Tom Hanks movies.
Okay. I'm gonna pick the top 5.
Hey,
And
Or
then
could
we
take
can
a
say
movie.
they can comment, put in the comments their own one, and then we'll see which ones we might have forgotten and which one has the most votes.
Go ahead, Brett. What were you going to say, homie?
Or we could do The Circle, which was kind of a crappy movie, except that it talks about how tech companies pretty much overtake humanity, which is
I
kind
don't
of
think
what's
I've watched
happening in
that
today's world.
I
Yeah,
have not watched.
I don't know that. I don't know that movie. I'm trying
It's
to
got
think
Emma
of it.
Watson and Tom Hanks.
I think that was one also one
I
of
watched
those
it
where
because I like Emma Watson.
I skipped through and then might have skipped past, but I think I might have watched a little piece, but never sat and watched the whole movie.
Yeah, the movie itself was not that good, I'll tell you, but the concept of what was going on is a lot like what's happening as tech companies are evolving and taking control of humanity today.
Funny story, I was watching a video on Elon Musk on Saturday where he's talking about AI.
AI.
Yeah, yes, and how he thinks that there should be more than one person regulating it, but it's the same as Google. They're saying it's one search engine that is regulating all the information, and he says it's not a bad thing, but it's not getting regulated. And then somebody goes and says, yeah, but a computer can't be as smart as a human. Don't you think computers are already smarter than humans?
So actually, that's an interesting question. They actually have studies about that show the human mind, when working at full capacity, can shoot off 300 times more than an actual computer that we own. Computers are quick, but the mind works faster. When you learn to work with your mind, it works better. So,
but you're not using your full capacity of your brain. Nobody is.
Nobody is. No, you barely use 10%. Go ahead, Brett. I'll shut up.
Well, they're talking about the singularity, which is when the computers actually do have the capability to basically compete with humans and kind of create themselves. The singularity is supposed to be coming within the next 10 years.
Correct.
And that's what Elon Musk is really talking about. He's like, AI needs to be regulated. AI needs to be watched, because what AI can do once AI would be like a neural network that all of a sudden just gets everywhere and then sucks in all the information, does whatever it wants to do with it. You know, it's kind of like iRobot and all that other kind of stuff. But AI can be very interesting.
I honestly, AI is going to be interesting for many things. Have you noticed how my dad the other day was noticing how when he looked up something on his phone, all of a sudden the marketing started coming to his phone, like literally the next thing he switched.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's Facebook and Google just ripping all your information and spitting it back in your face,
selling you out.
And then I saw on LinkedIn that Tesla or Elon Musk, they're also building AI robots AI robots.
Supposed to be coming out here in the next couple of years.
Yes, but he's building them small enough so that a human can overpower them.
Yeah. I mean,
he says because there's a one piece where they show you if one of those things slap you, how hard it can slap you. And I mean,
well,
what tells how many?
There's plenty of
but how many
we
people
have today that can do that? Yeah.
How many people have lost their hands in machines and stuff because the machine doesn't stop unless you press a safety button? Yes, Brandon.
So, how do I apply for the job to be a Tesla slapper? I
don't know, but I applied for a job at Tesla on Saturday.
Okay, to do what? Be a test driver? Be a slapper?
No.
To be install solar panels.
A sales associate to work with their customers and telling them about the product and everything. Yes, so I said, well, yes, in America. I said, well, he's never going to know I exist if I do not send my CV in or my resume. So I applied. Let's see what happens.
I love it. I love it. Mandy Atterbury says, what if we did the old Wonder Woman versus the new? I like that. Brett, I think that's one we need to have a note on because I've seen both of those, believe it or not. That doesn't have to be this week. That's just one for the future.
We already got a recording of that.
Of the new one. Or you did have
mixed
some
them.
old in there. Actually, Brett, that's a good point. We did mix them. That one, I believe we did already do. So we'll have to make sure Brett and I share the link on that one. Where do you guys find time to watch movies and sit down? I take time out of my life and say, hey, I'm not going to sit here, but I will turn the movie on in the background so I can have it playing while I'm doing something else. That's why sometimes you see me stare at Brett like, what's he talking about?
I didn't see that part.
I didn't see that in the movie. But I know what you're saying, Britt. But no, we make time because we want to have these fun conversations because people are at work and they like to see these things. And I just like to have conversations with people.
At 2 a.m. is when I am watching those movies. I'm not that Sherry's got me down perfectly. That's when I'm watching these movies.
Just to put a curveball in there, have you guys seen Turner and Hooch?
That is a good one.
Yes.
What about Flags of Our Fathers and Ryan's Private Savings? I changed it. It's not the porno version. It's not the porno. It's the newer version of teaching you how to save money like Ryan. It's his private savings.
Well, then we can do Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's a bit scary when that doll. I'm not a big fan of those animals that toys that they have there that look at you.
Those are like
funny.
AI toys.
Ooh, Black Hawk Down, Enemy of the Gate. I didn't know Tom Hanks was in either of those.
Black Hawk Down.
I didn't think he was in that one. Oh, well.
I'm trying to think now, and I'm like, I don't know if I've watched a movie like that ever.
I'm curious what happened to our guest today because I had some good questions about being a mind reader. Like,
Probably
in all
was watching the show and decided it wasn't a good one to be in.
I hate your face right now. Carl reads minds. And no, I know you're kidding, you jerk.
I can't believe, why are people standing us up?
It happens now and then. Maybe we are boring to them. Maybe they are not wanting to be on. Carl says that he is a strolling entertainment. He is all about trade show magic. He has a whole bunch of things. He's a mentalist. And he's been on many shows from NBC to How to Read Minds and Influence People, the best-selling book. He really has been on a lot. Blindfolded Driving, Changing Your Perspective, A Mentalist Problems. He's done a lot of great things. And truth be Disney? Did I see he was on Disney? Yes. Thanks for helping me look good. Go back. I want to go back to that one. Thanks for helping me look good. You were a hit. Looking forward to working with you again. Event manager at Disney, the television group. And he's also got from the Dalai Lama, Friends of the Dalai Lama, VIP events and services. I hope we can get him to like stop in today, say hello, and just play with. And we lost Ilse.
And she had
her Wi-Fi fixed.
Yeah.
Just had her Wi-Fi fixed too. I can't watch that one.
Joe versus the volcano. I forgot about that one.
Yes. The Burbs is good. Another good one by Tom Hanks. That's true. It's because Brandon said he can read minds, but he's not on a schedule. I did. Are you making fun of my good joke? He can read minds, but not a schedule. You need Jim Spinato. I agree. I don't know who that is, but Jessica says we need him, so we need him. Mandy says she's sorry to Mr. Tracy, because he cannot watch Black Hawk Down. And Mandy, I wasn't insulting our guest today. I literally was turning around and saying that he's got a lot. Dr. Carl Christman probably listened to the show. He telepathically commented to me telepathetically. And then you can interview me. Do you want me to interview you, Britt Brett? What is it like to have the job you have with a child? Go. Yeah, that's what I thought. You didn't even answer. So, we had a good show planned with this. I wanted to learn about how to read minds so I could know what Brett's thinking at all times. Maybe he predicted dark things.
At any time.
Exactly.
I was also excited.
Like Sarah says, maybe he predicted dark things. Ooh. Brian Tracy says, Brandon, have you seen Paul? It's a stoner space alien. I have not seen that one. I'm interested in that now. I love space aliens movies, but I love stoner movies. Brett's over there going, oh, God. So for this week, we're competing to have the 1977 version of Pete's Dragon versus the 2016 version. And it is a all-out Full Metal Jacket brawl. That's just because I read the Full Metal Jacket on here. And it is a fight to the death. Jessica Dugas versus Brett Gordon. Winner gets to stay on the Delight Network. Loser has to jump off a bridge.
Gee whiz.
Like, Elon says it's Paul is a great movie, said Stuart Lone Wolf. And then Elon said it is too late. AI is not being regulated, and this is dangerous. 100% yes.
That's what he said. He said
He is a very intelligent man.
Well, because think about what he says there. AI is not regulated. That means that, all right, how come Amazon filed for a patent to be able to listen at all times, so that way you're not going, hey, Alexa, or anything like that. You could forget to say the word Alexa and ask it a question. That's what they filed for a patent for. So that means it's listening at all times. It's been involved in court cases in other parts of the world for murders. Like, for real, they had it recording in the background and didn't even know it. That's the AI that we're getting into, and how do we protect ourselves?
But still, they can't find pedophiles and rapists, and they can't find them, but they want to listen to everything. If they put it to good use, it's a different story.
Yeah. Jane, Full Metal Jacket would use everyone's F word quota for the next 3 years. 100% right. Britt Brad says she's a great interview. She can talk about experience and on addiction. Honestly, bring it. Talk to Fernando. He books everybody for us, so that way I don't start shooting emails out and then overbook people, because I know how I am. I think this is a good segue, Brett. I think we have a lot of good things coming here this Thursday. Are you excited for this show?
yes.
I think it's
as well.
Yes. Are you coming? Oh, that's not on here. Sorry, I'm getting text messages that came in over for my meeting after this. Came in over my comments that are being there. Sorry about that. ADD. So now that we're here and we're talking about, we already have this week planned. We're looking at next week, and I think that Tom Hanks is a good pivoting point to jump off of, right? So if we're going to be able to jump off of that, we need to be able to have that vote. So everybody start thinking of what your favorite Tom Hanks movie would be, so we can get that vote going and announce it and give people time to watch 2 different movies, so they have time to have fun with the conversation and pick their favorites. Ilse, I think this is a good idea. I'm giving you and Brett all the credit on this one. I give Jessica Dugas the credit for being willing to come out and say, hey, Brett Gordon, I'm going after you. I going after you. So actually, you know that I will show up for you at any time, Brandon. Honestly, I am blessed to have the people in my life that I do. CK Forward has been.
We are blessed.
Well, we are. All of you, from Jane to Brett, even though she picks on me, to Sarah Nelson still being in my life, to CK Ford, to Mandy Atterbury. Mandy just asked a very good question. And while I don't have it open in the background, Mandy, she asked me a question about her daughter. And she wrote her daughter a very nice letter about wanting to be in her life in that. And the thing is, her daughter responded back. And she asked if I'd read it aloud. I think that while it's not a huge long letter and all that, and there's not a lot of oversharing, I don't want to put your personal business out there on blast. And I know you're saying it's okay, do this, but the thing is, Mandy, I think this is something with you and your daughter. She really wants to be able, you want to connect with her, and she's not ready for it. And I think of that in life. How many times have I been wanting something out of life and I'm not ready for it? And I just need to be patient. That means that's the time you take for you. That's the time you see, maybe you need a distraction. You need a volunteer. You need to volunteer somewhere. You need to start exercising, learn a new hobby, start something different that are Mandy. So my best advice for what I read would be Mandy, you're an amazing individual. And when you take the time to look at everybody else and not see who you are, you're going to miss the times that you really are amazing. And I say that as someone who does that every day to himself. Every day. And I want you to know that you are incredible. And while we seek out other people's approvals, from me wanting CK Ford's approval to Brett to Ilse wanting you guys to like me, I lose track of who I am and the best me. I can't imagine having a kid have that feeling with. So take today for you. Take some time for you, because your daughter is always going to be your daughter. Sometimes they just need that little bit of space to find out who they are. My dad and I went through this. I didn't talk to him for a couple years. We'd talk, but it was literally sports. We could not have any other conversation.
Coming from
go, Ilse. I just talked a lot.
Coming from someone that is also not talking to her mom, I asked them, and they tried to corner me and try to send me messages and try to talk to me and everything. And I literally just said, just respect my decision. I'm okay. I love you. You do not accept the way I live at the moment, and that is your choice. But I am doing me because I don't owe you guys anything. We will see each other if we have to see each other again. So that's just respect everybody's choice, because you do not know what the history is there, but it's difficult to tell your mom you don't want to see them, or you don't want a relationship with them, or what bothers you, because your mom's your mom.
But they're always going to be your mom.
Exactly.
And sometimes I like Brett. Brett's parents, if I say anything out of line, Brett, just correct me. But like, for real, Brett's helping with his parents right now. They live in one of his other houses because he wants them to be able to be in a good facility. He wants to be able to be around the corner to help take care of them. But when you add other things in, it creates drama. I'm going to use my family as an example for this rest of this. I have two sisters who are younger than me, and they both have their own opinion on things. And sometimes that can intertwine to make my family fight in ways that they didn't mean to have fight. And that's because everybody has their own opinion of what should be done. And for me, I want to be able to just sit back. I know I talk a lot, but like, when I actually do sit back and observe, I'm observing what they're saying, what they're doing, how they're responding to each other, and how many times we don't listen to one another. We don't actually like choose to hear what the other person is wanting, saying, or doing. And for us, that's a really weird thing, because everybody wants to feel heard. How do you feel heard is, I think, the question that should be answered. How do you feel heard? Yeah, take a step back. Take a step back and just be silent. Once you start listening, you will see everybody around that. Everybody around the stressful situation isn't sitting still long enough to actually find a result. They're just wanting to be heard. That's the hardest thing to do, but it really does work.
Well,
it does. It does.
Because just like you said, you want to be heard. Well, did you say I want to be heard, or do I want to be hurt?
Heard. H-E-A-R-D.
Well, what I'm saying is, depending on what the other person's hearing, they could hear hurt as much as heard. And that's the kind of challenges that we have with communication, is that our perception of what the other person said is not actually what the other person said, but it is our reality, because that's how we perceived it. And I see that kind of dynamic go on between my sister and my mother all the time. And you've got this predetermined thing that you think they're going to say, or that they're going to be in this vein. And then when they say something that isn't there, you still perceive it as though it was.
Yes.
It's I think I said it before. It's because
that's a good one.
That is.
That was my favorite thing.
It wasn't supposed to come out now. I lost my train of thought trying to hold on, and then I just lost.
That's why I raised my hand. Try it. Raise your hand, and when you sit there, everybody knows you're going to say something. And if somebody trails off and they squirrel it, you're not going to have to worry. I raise my hand so I don't forget it. It's like tying a note. Or if I know somebody's going to talk a lot, try it. It looks silly, but at the end of the day, it's for your sake. That's why I raised my hand. Like, I really do. It's like, I'm a dork, but I needed a way to remember things. Because if I sit here and I try listening the whole time, I'll forget my question. And I love what Sherry McQueen said here. Is she says, choosing to listen to respond instead of listening to learn. And I think that's a really big thing that a lot of us do. And Brett and I talk about this a lot off air. And that's a big thing that so many people don't remember in themselves is, I grew up with 2 sisters. Do you know how little I was allowed to talk because I had sisters? Like, I became a chatterbox just because I realized that's how you get attention. And then I got in trouble in high school, and I grew to hate my parents for my early 20s. And so while you're sitting there, and I blamed them for everything too. But once I got older, I saw how much my parents actually did. And actually, I laughed because look at movies. Come, go, raise your hand. I say it. Elsa, go.
Coming from there as well is sometimes there's always 3 sides to a story. There is unfortunately 3 sides to a story. Your side, the other person's side, and the truth, because everybody does something from a place of where they want to do it. You can't expect if something goes wrong to say, okay, I'm sorry, and you just expect that person to forgive you. Because you do not know what damage the words you said did to that person on a soul level or in a fight or it takes a lot to make a decision to cut people out of your lives. And it's not about blame. It's about everybody's got demons. I know my mom and them have got their own stuff that they need to deal with. I deal with my stuff. We separate. Everybody goes on their merry way. You will always end up together, and then the forgiveness is there. But the blame game does not sort it out. Everybody must go on their separate ways and live their separate lives like they want to. 99% of the times, moms fight with kids because kids don't want to do what their mom says, because moms think they always know better. You're a mom, but you can still be wrong in the way you treat your children or the things you say to them. So be teachable by your children. My children teach me on a daily basis because they deserve the same respect. And because I don't want the relationship that I have with my mother, have that relationship with my kids.
And you see my relationship with my mom. She's willing to come interrupt anything I'm doing. I love my mom. She will poke her head in. She makes me laugh. I think this is a great comment here is I will make a statement about something and expect someone to understand that I mean something else. How many times do we actually do that, though? As funny as that is, Brett, for real, that's a great comment there. How many times have we say something and we don't even realize that we mean something else and we're not saying it with the right connotation? Or let's just use politics for a quick second. We can do the mask, we can do the vaccine, we can do politicians, we can do all these other things. How many different opinions are there for how we should be leadership, how we should be taught things, how we should be handling things? So many different. And the thing is, it doesn't matter who you talk to, they're going to have an opinion, whether they agree or disagree with you. It's about being able to hear one another. It's about being able to understand when you might not know the right answer, even though it might upset you. So that's the hardest thing is, trust me, I'm someone who had to learn how to let go of an ego a long time ago, and I still have it pop up every now and then. And the hardest thing to do is believe in something you're doing so well and not see the results, not see the people that you hoped would believe in it, not see everything around you going on and wanting to get the best out of it. You can become a rock and become just yourself. And that can be the hardest thing to do. But like the fire I built with my niece, I see you, the fire I built with my niece, you have to remember without the holes underneath to create the oxygen, the fire will not light and be able to grow and create the warmth and create a forest fire for everyone. And that's what we're trying to do. Elsa.
No, the thing is, you can't apologize to somebody and then expect them to forgive you in the way that you want to be forgiven. We all just want to say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then you just carry on with what. But you need to take put boundaries up for yourself. And that is, I think, what's happening right now is people are setting up their boundaries and
well, there's
just
a tremendous amount of codependency between parents and children.
Correct.
people in general.
That codependency creates a lot of problems, and you're looking for the acknowledgement, the love, the whatever from somebody. You can't control them. You can only control you. So you have to change the way you're receiving things in order to be able to get a different message than what they may be saying. That's the only way that you can address things is internally. You can only influence outside, but you can't control. You can control what's inside.
100%. 100%. Brett, that's the thing though, is I think a lot of people miss that. I think they don't see how, and it's easy. Don't get me wrong. I do this every day. Yes, I do this every day. I'm a squirrel. I am an adult squirrel. And I literally get distracted by the littlest things. You saw my sister step in here and I grabbed her and pulled her in. You saw my mom try to sneak in behind and she's hiding behind me. I grabbed her. I get distracted easily. So running a company, having everybody want to talk to me about different things, I lose track of what I'm doing daily. And then I get angry at myself and I'm up all night working because I'm mad that I did that. Taking care of you and knowing who you are first is the hardest thing. It really is. And even if I have the best support system around me, unless I believe in me, it's like building a fire without any oxygen to go through it. All I'm doing is suffocating myself. And that's not what I want. I want to build a fire that goes from inside me, Ilse, Brett, Stuart, CK, Brian, Jessica, Mandy. Have that fire be when you step outside your door. I don't give a damn if there's a lockdown. You're able to show who you are behind the mask, behind the glasses, behind everything, because your fire burns so deep. And that's why we all keep showing up every day for each other. We're all over the world, from Atlanta to Debbie doing Dallas to
Again, Debbie.
Debbie is always doing Dallas. I thought she'd move on to Houston by now. She's been there for so many years.
Dallas is so big, that's why.
That's what she said.
You know, what's interesting is oftentimes, like parents and children, or even in other relationships, but especially between parents and children, you have parents that kind of create a codependent relationship with the child, but the child is trying to create an independent relationship with themselves. And when that comes together, you got one grabbing and the other running. And the more you grab, the faster they're going to run. Because they're trying to create their own space. They're trying to create their own person while you're trying to grab them and bring them back into your world when they're trying to live in their own.
The law of attraction works with everything. You cannot catch what you chase. If you chase money, you will not catch it. If you chase a person energetically or whatever, you will. If they don't want to be with you, they are going to run. The more you try and fix it, the more it's going to just, all you have to do is, you are responsible for yourself. Fix yourself and the rest will fall in place. They will see the changes because nobody's innocent. We all have toxic traits and do things that we're not supposed to do. Fix yourself and the rest will fall into place. That's unfortunately how it works. There is no shortcut.
There's no shortcut. And the longer you fight yourself, the longer it's going to be for you to get out. It's like, okay, so Ilse, you were married for how many
damage
years?
You do.
Well, hold on. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to play with this. Okay. So Ilse, how long were you married?
We were together for 5 years before we got married, and about 3 years. So 8 years. Yes, 10 in total after I left. But
they say the average person after a relationship, it takes about half as long before they are emotionally ready to start actually diving into another serious thing. And that's from work to a husband and wife to friendship. Being a daughter or a mother and stuff like that, that's a whole life. That's a lot of big things. So being able to take that knowledge and know it's going to take time, you have to be able to break down all the things that have put you in that pit and made you be so dark and into yourself that you can start setting them and using them as stepping stones. Step your way out of your pit and get through it, because that is the only way. And I say that as someone who's looking behind him now at all the steps he's taken and going, where the is the light? When do I get through this? When do I get to actually enjoy something and not have another pain come? And then I realized that means I'm chasing joy. It's like chasing money. I'm chasing the wrong coffee. I'm chasing the wrong things. And sorry, my sister just brought me an iced caramel macchiato, but we're not going to say where from because it's a Satan company.
Oh, the one.
That's got like 100 teaspoons of sugar in it too.
Oh,
So the average cup
nothing
of
wrong with
coffee,
that.
1.75 years by that math, minus 5 months. We were together longer than that. I just want to say, we lived together for that long. I know that one. I refuse
I was like,
to
are we
date.
doing maths? Nobody told me.
Ilse, Brian Tracy says, Ilse, check between the notes messenger after the show, please. There's a dick pic there for you.
Let me see what it says.
There's a what there?
I made an inappropriate joke. Sarah Nelson is correcting me on my math. Half would be 1.75 years. And she's saying because we were together for 3.5 years, the math adds up that after 1.75 years by math, minus 5 months. So we've already taken 5 months out. So she's about a year from being able to find her significant other and really date somebody. While I'm over here being like, I don't want to date anybody. I really don't. And she knows I love her with all my heart, and I want nothing but happiness for her. And I mean that, because she sat right next to me at a funeral that was really freaking hard and held my hand because she does care about me and I care about her. I want her happy, and I have huge fucking goals. And yes, I'm using my F word here for tomorrow. And
you can use mine after this, okay?
Thanks. I think I used both. I was like, I think I used both of ours today. But like, you have to be able to know that you're giving of yourself to somebody, whether it's your kid, to another person. The minute you let them into your life and you start, like Ilse and I have known each other for just a few months now, but we've created a bond and we know how to interact with one another. Brett and I know exactly what to do to annoy Brett in 1 second. Why? Because we built that relationship, and that's reject him on his engagement to me. So I know these things.
Please, man, please.
Please marry me.
It's a big thing.
Take him back. His heart's broken.
I take him back. Oh God! But like, my thing is, you have to break yourself out of these. There's no dating. There's no anything else. That significant other that compliments you is not going to complete you. And that's something I've had to learn very difficultly. Right. And it's been a conversation on here. And whether it's a daughter, a son, a mom, a dad, or a significant other.
Or a teddy bear.
Yeah. You all have found your tribes. I love that. Like, we have. This tribe is something that all of us have built together. You have to run. Remember, in these uncertain times, we are stronger together. We can do anything working together for the common goal of true freedom. And the truth is there. Hashtag no dating team. Yep, Brett and I, we're the no dating team. And then you should, CK Ford, she always comes through with wisdom. Always. She says, you shall receive just enough light for the step that you are on at the time. The light is within you. Did I stutter? I'm sorry. On at the time.
No,
do you want to read it? Because I know you're a better reader.
No, read my thing.
You're good. Fine.
The light is within you. So as you approach dark territory, the light within you illuminates the spaces that you are in. And you know what? I'm going to say this without trying to sound cocky, without trying to put an ego out there, but my light that I have, only a few people have gotten to really see in its moment. And that man right there is one of them. And I don't even know my light sometimes. And to be able to show up and say, I don't know my light, but I really want to do the best I can for everybody. You cannot lead a pack if you cannot walk alone. Lone wolf love, 100%. 100%. I love these comments that are coming in. Guys, I am officially off the market. Well, I just went to the grocery store looking for you. They didn't tell me they were out of Brian Tracy's. I didn't know that. Congrats, buddy. I love you. I'd love to connect with you, CK, on Facebook, CK Sherry. You both are under my friends. You guys can find each other there if it makes it easier. Today's been a wonderful show, guys, and I have to be honest, Ilse and I were backstage before the show crying. We both were opening up to one another about a lot of heavy things going on, and it was just life. And we both were like, just, I don't want to say word vomiting on each other, but we were emotionally letting go of things. And both of us weren't accepting the other person's as like a bad thing. We were accepting it as love and trying to help one another. And then we come on air and our guest doesn't show, which guess what? Carl, I love you, Dr. Carl, but you can't read my mind enough to know that you missed our interview. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that allowed this show to be the way it is, which is awesome.
Exactly. And in today's episode, I honestly, it was needed. There were so many little things that are going on in all of our lives, from Mandy Atterbury opening up about her daughter to Ilse being able to help provide her way of leadership with her kids. And Ilse's like taking off her headphones and running away now.
Ilse's like, goddamn Wi-Fi
Brandon
fucked up again.
She did. She's like, she fixed it and everything. Like, so here's where I stand. Today is Tuesday, and our tool is our heart for the day. Because without having the heart and being able to be open to each other, to hear, respect, and honor one another, I tell all of you this.
Wi-Fi. Sorry.
We already made jokes about it. Brett used your F word for you. I sit here and say that I'm grateful that the community we've built here sees the best in the light in one another. Even when I don't see my light, you guys see my light and you tell me it. And that's not normal for me. So thank you. And sorry, I'm crying. It's been a long day.
I got to wear sunglasses because of Brandon's light.
I say this as whatever your needs are, I say a prayer for you. And Jessica Dugas, my prayer for you all today is that whatever your needs are, may you receive peace. And honestly, that is a very good thing. And like CK Ford, we love you, dude. I love you guys. The Jessica Dugas, her comment came through twice. Sorry, I thought you had another one there, Jess. She's gone to yank out the slack of those kids.
Is that you now?
That was you. So Ilse, I'm gonna give you the chance to take the floor here. Give everybody a good message, why they should be tuning in to Stone Daisies or even the One Score at a Time, because you've had some effing great interviews. And then from there, Brett, and then I'll just take us out to hit the buttons.
You have to watch the Stone Daisies. Stone Daisies. Because it's just an awesome show with awesome talent, and it's just amazing. And funny accents like mine, a lot of them. And then between the notes, Brian finds the most amazing artist for us to interview. And you have to watch that as well. And then go on LinkedIn. Try and find me and Brian, and then just me and Brandon, and just add us on LinkedIn so you guys can go on the poll, the one for Pete's Dragon, and then the one for the Forrest Gump movies as well. And then share and like all the videos. And then it's been a rough couple of weeks. there has been major shifts, major endings in people's lives, things that meant a lot coming together, falling apart, things that you never thought would come together, coming together. So just brace yourself, breathe, do some laughing yoga, because that works. It always lifts your mood if you just laugh normally. So you don't even have to do the yoga with it if you don't want. Just be compassionate. Be kind. It costs nothing to be kind. Show love. Show people what love is, because a lot of people don't see it. I love you guys a lot, and I'm very grateful that I can spend my time with you on this show.
There's a lot of shit going on in the world today, and humanity's got challenges. And the only way that we are going to get through it, as has been said already today, is to get through it together. At the same time, you've got to be independent in your thought and actively seek out reasons why you believe, regardless of whether it's the mask, it's the vaccine, or it's anything else in life. We need to do the work in order to justify and to support how we believe. Don't just take somebody else's words. Don't believe it just because it came from a president or an authority figure. And when I was in the military as an officer, one of the things that we have to do, everybody says you got to follow orders. Not if the orders are not legal. And you need to make those decisions, and you also need to challenge authority figures. And there's times when you're going to have to just go ahead and, take the orders and move forward. But always, always, always stay true to yourself. And, there's just a lot of energy out there that's not really conducive to being happy. So we've got to find the happiness within ourselves, because it's not going to come to us from outside. That's all I got to say. Stay true to yourself.
Sorry, Brett. I thought you were done. I'm sorry. I'm here with my niece. I don't even know what words to say. I've said a lot. I talk a lot. I see you, Brian. Thank you, buddy. Truth be told, I'm blessed. I have a niece that's right here with me that I get to spend a little bit of time with before she heads back to Texas today. And you've all seen me have fun with her and just be able to connect at her with like what we're doing. And she does watch the show and doesn't tell me when she's watching every now and then. And truth be told, I'm grateful I got to see my niece, but I'm grateful that I get to be an example of what it's like to be a role model to her. I get to be out front doing things I believe in, doing things that I want that help people. And while, yeah, money's money, at the end of the day, I'd rather make a difference on my world. Shh, Ilse. I'd rather make a difference in the world by helping others so that my niece knows she has a future, because I don't have kids. And this is my future right here that I have to care for. And I look at her the same way I look at every single else's kids and everybody else. I'd rather leave a positive impact so she has something to look forward to, just like your kids. So today, how are you wanting to leave your impact on the world? Are you going to try to change the world? Or are you going to try to hear the world for what it is and just love people for who they are? Thank you guys for tuning in. Say bye, Liz.
Bye.
Bye, Liz.
Bye, Lissy.
Oh, I love it. Guys, have a good one. Remember to comment, and share. What did you hit? Like, comment, and share. Get out there. Spread the love. Spread the positivity. And know that we love you guys. And I'm very grateful for all of you. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, my name is Brandon, and over the past year, the Delight Cafe team and I traveled across the U.S. researching this rapidly growing industry of CBD products. What we have found throughout the industry were products that were inconsistent in dosage and used ingredients that weren't even lab tested. Products with chalky textures, bitter aftertaste, and worst of all, confusion among the CBD consumers. That's why we created Delight Cafe. A 15 milligram, lab-tested, all-natural, water-soluble hemp CBD powder pack. It's odorless, colorless, and tasteless. Add it to your favorite drink of choice, wherever, whenever, on the go. Quickly find your calm, your balance, your delight when you need it.